My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Hearthstone Arena. We have a list of requests directly in front of us. Last time we fulfilled high cost for every single thing possible. Yes, we fulfilled high cost. Now we have Shaman, after that Priest, picking the mid cards, then Paladin worse, then Hunter no spells, then Warlock Zoo. The first of those that appears in front of me is Warlock Zoo, and that's by Mr. Shrumpet. Alright. I still think the Zoo archetype is basically the only thing you can do with Warlock. So if I'm going Zoo, I need to not destroy my own stuff on my board unless I have Power Overwhelming, but I can't rely on getting a lot of Power Overwhelming. So I still think Twilight Drake's going to be the best. Those are all bad. I'm going to take the Ironforge Rifleman because it has just an immediate effect on the board. Voidwalker is not good in Arena at all because it just dies immediately. Thank you for the Zombie Chow. I probably would have taken Cult, maybe would have taken Cult Master if it wasn't a Zoo deck. Blood Imp, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of it, but okay. Dragonlord Mechanic versus Oasis Snapjaw. I guess I take the Snapjaw. None of these choices are leaving me particularly excited. Harvest Golem is in a lot of Zoo decks, so that makes sense. Wild Pyromancer, I'll take the Imp Master just for the constant generation of 1/1s. Another Harvest Golem. I can't take the Dalaran Mage. I'm going to take a Booty Bay Bodyguard. Can't take a War Golem, of course. Another Raid Lead. This is just a horrible deck. Even in Zoo decks, you need a little bit of high-end, so I'm going to take the Bolt of Stoga rather than anything else. Direwolf Alpha is really good. Bluegill Warrior, really? So, it's trying to offer me something kind of a little bit balanced, and while I'm trying to pick the Zoo archetype in it, I'm basically fucking myself over. I'm going to take the second Ogre. I am still going for the Zoo archetype, it's just... I can't take the Unstable Ghoul, it's anti-synergistic with the Blood Imp, so I'll take Jungle Panther. It's just I'm also trying not to get a shit deck. Dread Infernal, I mean, it's the cheapest. Well, it's not the cheapest, it's next to the cheapest. South Sea Captain. It's usually South Sea Captain, I hear. No, I'll take the Faceless. Fucking hell. Haunted Creeper is really good, especially considering we have a Direwolf Alpha. Can't take a Succubus, sorry, it's just so low value. Apparently I have to take a Succubus. I don't like that. I really don't like that, because Succubus dies 23-2, and that's the worst thing about it. Worgen Infiltrator over Power Overwhelming, because it gets me an early sustainability on the board. Sense Demons. I've got 1, 2, 3... Well, I've got a few demons in the deck. Succubus as well. Kobold Geomancer really isn't going to do anything. Yeah, Sense Demons is probably the best out of those. Dancing Swords is really good for an aggressive deck, just because it's 3 mana for a 4/4. I guess that could be a draw mechanic. Specifically trying to draw into a Zoo deck here is basically ruining the draft, unfortunately. Scarlet Crusader. I've got a lot of really good 3-drops, to tell you that much. And I'll take a Big Game Hunter. This is a very, very bad deck. That's all of the things I'm going to say about it. So, a lot of the time, before Naxxramas at the very least, when you played Warlock in Arena, they would offer you Zoo, which is, they just offer you all of the lowest cost cards, because that's basically one of the only, or one of the strongest deck archetypes you can do with Warlock in Arena, right? Because you don't, in the long game, you have to constantly leverage your health for benefits. It can get a bit dicey there, unless you have some really good late game cards, like a lot of DI, Dread Infernal. I do not expect this deck to succeed at all. No. That's my prediction for this deck. No. Good to see you, Bolt of Hisoga. You couldn't have turned up any later to the fucking party. Would have liked to see you fashionably late, is all I'm saying. So, the only thing I'm really worried about from a Shaman about playing the Worgen Infiltrator is him responding with a Mad Bomber that hits it. So he would have to coin the Mad Bomber. It's so unlikely. He would have to have Mad Bomber and then, you know, coin it and then also get the correct RNG to kill it. It looks like I have to tap on turn 2, which is not a good play. But at the very least, I got something out on turn 1, so it's not as bad. Both of the 3-drops that I have survived to that, so I'm fine. Yep, I'm completely fine with that. I think I want to play the Acolyte of Pain. It really depends on what he gets this turn.
X marks the spot.
I guess that's the Acolyte of Pain? Right. I think so.
Let the pain speak to me.
How do I kill that, though? I'm gonna leave my dude in stealth, because I don't know if I can kill the Bloodsour Raider yet. And I'd like the versatility to turn around and... Is he gonna double attack this so that I can't kill his Manatide? I have silence for the Manatide, so I don't mind. I believe he still has the coin, so is he gonna coin Lightning Bolt? Yeah, that seems like it. It's fine, I have a Manatide. Sorry, I have the Spellbreaker, so it doesn't matter to me. Okay, draw, not that great.
Your magic shall not save.
And I'm gonna turn around and kill this. So that he doesn't have the option of trading 2 fairly low value minions into what already has 4 attack. This is basically, you know, succubus stats. So I'd like to keep it alive for as long as I can, if possible. Next turn is very likely to be Scarlet Crusader plus Zombie Chow plus Flame. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Die, mage.
Do I want to play a Scarlet Crusader while he has that? I don't think so. I think that's the better play now. Okay, so here we're seeing some of the zoo elements in that I'm just dropping dudes every turn. Next turn is either going to be the Dancing Swords plus Scarlet Crusader or the Bolt of Vistoga. That much is pretty evident. It's just which. Depends what he plays. If he plays something really, really big, it's probably going to be Dancing Swords plus Scarlet Crusader. Because I can't go value, so I just want to overwhelm the board and attack his face. That's really big. Okay. Plus, if I play the Bolt of Vistoga, he kills it for almost free. I don't like that. I have no reason to kill the Manatide Totem right now.
Die, mage.
No reason to do that. I expect, mostly, for him to use the Frostwolf to kill the Dancing Swords, and then the Argent Squire runs in, pops both of the shields, just so that when my Scarlet Crusader attacks his Frostwolf Warlord, it dies. That's my kind of
You call that a
guess. Oh, okay, so that's going to go into the Spellbreaker instead. That's interesting. Means this doesn't survive, though. Oh, he's going to go to the face with that, isn't he? No? That's weird. Ah. Now it makes sense.
Join or die.
So do I want to sense demons? I'll get Succubus at... Oh, I've got Succubus, Blood Imp, and Dread Infernal in there. If I don't get... What? Succubus or Blood Imp, I can't play anything. Well, I have to get Succubus or Blood Imp. But then I get to discard one of them. Or I tap. I think I have to go with the tap. Fuck. That was tapping for a chance to actually get a better card to play. he trade that. So yeah, I actually have to kill one of them at least. I was thinking, ooh, I could get Dread Infernal value next turn, but he's not going to leave the 1/1s there. He's going to use them to kill my dudes. Such is a shame. This is unfortunately what happens when I kind of try and shoehorn my original impression of what archetype I want to draft into a deck before the deck says, look, that's okay, you can do that. Lightning Storm? Ooh. Okay. Okay. Please go for face. For face. Do that for face. You fucker. So I can remove that. And if I attack this, I can remove that as well, and that goes down to 1 health. I don't like this, because he can do that, and then he ends up with a fucking 4/1. It's not good. It's not good at all. It might get to turn 10 and I have to play Booty Bay Bodyguard and Faceless Manipulator just to keep myself from death. So, although, you know, I'm not sad that I used this one in Arena, or I used this Arena to do this request, because, dear God, some of the packs were just horrid. No good options in some of them.
Get behind me.
Do I want to gamble on him not having that? So I can kill my own dude, and then he kills that, and attacks through. So the only way I foreseeably actually win is if I gamble that he has to use the Fire Elemental to kill this, which means I'm saying right now that he doesn't have 1 damage in hand. I mean, I could have traded, but then I'm going to lose the long game. Thanks, Zoo. That's all it does.
I wonder.
Lose the long game, basically. Come on, Symbol. You've got it in you. You've got that 1 damage. I can feel it. Thank you. That's not lethal yet. Still need 1 damage. Oh, is that so? I don't know why he spent so long considering his turn. He had way more than the recommended amount of damage. The recommended dosage of damage. How dare you? So, what? I predicted 0 and 3? Did I? Because I should have, if I didn't. 0-3. And I run out of water. Fuck. This day just keeps getting worse and worse. Shaman, Priest, Paladin, Hunter. So I've done the high cost arena, that was last, that was Druid. Done Warlock Zoo. I think next run I'm gonna ignore the ones that are about throwing. Just so that I don't put too many throwing runs in a row, because that could be a little frustrating for people, I understand. Might as well make an actual attempt to play the video game at some point. Such a novel idea. Although, to be fair, episode, I believe, should be 115 and 116, if I recall correctly, were both pretty successful. Pretty successful.
The light protects me.
Light protects him. I want to get the Imp Master out first, then. No, I don't. I want to get that Acolyte of Pain out. Oh, I'll do it. Do it, do it, do it. Steady shot. I am ready shot. I guess so.
Let the pain speak to me.
Don't deadly shot it, and don't have Eaglehorn bow. What's a 4 mana? What are you doing here?
Call that a weapon.
Ah. Alright, that makes sense, yeah. I'm fucked. Already! That's how quick it is. From 0 to fucked in 12 seconds. The Ryan James Pearson story. Now, I'm not so worried about tapping, because I do have, like, a mobile source of 5 health here. Not so worried about tapping, mind you. I still am worried in general. Fuck you! Piece of garbage. Doing that bullshit in my... Fuck it, man. Fuck it, man is a superhero. Twice. So he could kill one of them with the Darkscale Healer, which allows the Zombie Chow to kill another without dying, but then I end up with this Oasis Snapjaw, which would have the capability of killing the Darkscale Healer, or the Zombie Chow, depending on how desperately I don't get Leok, you fucker. Is that bad? Is that lethal? That's lethal, isn't it?
Thanks. Well played.
You know, I think I might have preferred Leok. Although, Leok also would have given him lethal, because it gives him +3 damage, basically, 1 on each. Not really anything I could have done to avoid that. The deck really just was not prepared to give me Zoo. And yet I held it down and forced it. You need the deck's consent if you're going to play Zoo. You really do need the Arena Master's consent, basically. You have to ask Trump.
Gul'dan versus Garrosh.
Victory or death!
Okay.
Your soul shall be mine!
I'm going to throw back only the Ironforge Rifleman, because Worgen into Coin Imp Master into Raid Leader could be really interesting, because then the Raid Leader is giving a +1 to all of the Imps, so I end up with 2 1s coming out of the Imp Master, and that'd be badass. I think that might be really interesting. Or at the very least, it might work. It's good enough, I guess. Hey, Viz. Hey, Viz. You gonna play a card? You got a 1 mana drop? Because I do. I love that. Like, most of the other things in the stages are just click effects. Right? Like, you click something enough times and, oh, look, something happens. See, it spits out goo. Oh, that's badass. But on this board, there's 2 hold effects. You hold that, and it vomits. And you hold that. And it does that. So the reason I put this out is just in case he has a Fiery War Axe that he was holding off on using because... for some reason. Although I am in 0-2 right now, so it's... I guess less likely that he would have a Fiery War Axe because he's already lost games, and the Fiery War Axe is not called the Fiery Wind Axe for no reason. Come on. Show me your moves. Play something with 3 health. Ah. Now, the reason I did Sense Demons is because I think I can play the Twilight Drake next turn and just have a good card. And I wouldn't put it past this dude to try and keep that Mana Addict alive by killing my by killing my Harvest Golem, or Damaged Golem rather, with a spell.
Bring me steel.
Are you just going to attack straight past it? He's a bold one, he is. Now that just needs to give this a buff. A total of 5 more times, and then I can big game hunt it. And that'll be a huge swing. Swing of the millennium. So as I understand it, from his position, he wants to use the Master Swordsmith on the Damaged Golem right now. Or should, at least. Oh, I didn't even think about this. Cleave or slam, and he can kill the Twilight Drake. Okay. Excuse me? Not so certain that was the correct one. Come on, Veers. You got a card, haven't you? Play it. So what have I got that can just straight up deal 1 damage? Oh man, my weapon. Alright. Board flood time. Probably the least useful one you could have done there. Blood Imp. We can have words at some point. Not right now. For the moment, we're cool. Ah. Is he just gonna... No, not straight for the face. I appreciate that. So now I can't play Imp Master. That much is true. That dies if he uses the Death Spite at all. So instead of trading down... Do I want to trade down? No.
Is this really necessary?
Handle it.
I'm gonna do that. Right? I'm gonna sacrifice that dude. Because he's gonna die to the Death Spite death thing anyway. Can I tap? I think I might have to tap to win the game. So this is me relying on him not having the rest of the damage. Which I guess is probably dumb. Okay, so he's gonna get that up to 5 damage this turn. I only say that because if it gets buffed twice, I can take it out with the Big Game Hunter. Really? This one? Okay.
Ready for action.
So I guess that means I have to do that, and that, and that, and that. Alright, so the positioning here is pretty important. It means that I can trade off the least useful things with the Direwolf Alpha and kind of just dodge down the line. I'm also really aware of the fact that I have the Dread Infernal basically stuck in my hand. I'll play the Bolt Fist Ogre instead. Okay. Excellent, I have... Yeah, I'll remove that. No, I want a wider board, so I'll do that, and then put this one over here.
Gotcha.
Right? Was that correct? Yeah, I think it was. Hopefully he plays a taunt, and he's like, oh, I'm fine, and then I Shadow Bolt it, and then he's like, oh. This is awkward. I was really hoping to survive there.
For the Lich King.
Can't, think about that one. can't give it the old Shadow Bolt. So instead I'll do that. And then we'll continue the Face Parade. No reason to play the Ironforge Rifleman. I would very much like to just get the other 1/1. Because the Ironforge Rifleman has an effect. Okay. God damn it, man! Stop with the armor! I'd like to kill you if possible. And that was all okay to do, because it means that I clear up my board a little so I actually can play things. That should be easily the end of this game, right? Oh, unless I get double Mortal Struck to the face or something stupid like that.
For the War Chief!
Mortal Strike will do it now. That means he doesn't have Mortal Strike. You're still dying this turn, buddy. Whether or not you'd like it. So how do I make it look like I accidentally fucked up lethal? Yeah, do that, and then... I'm a dick. I'm aware. But, you know, when you win with a deck that shouldn't win, you kinda claim the right, nay privilege, to be a dick. A little bit. Not much. Just a little bit. I guess it wasn't designed to lose, it's just it had its flaws from the outset. We tried to pick something that we weren't offered. Yeah. It's not exactly gonna work, is it? Undoing.
Light shall bring victory.
Harvest Golem stays in the opening hand, most likely. Dancing Swords probably doesn't. Oh, wait, it is safe from Shadow Word Pain and Shadow Word Death, so... yeah. Body, yeah. I think I want to coin out the Dancing Swords. Because it poses more of a threat. He replaced all 3 cards. Does that inform my decision in any way? It means he probably doesn't have a Northshire Cleric. Which means Harvest Golem is slightly better. Maybe I just want to play the Jungle Panther. That would be... no, that would be anti-Northshire Cleric tech. Do I know anything about whether or not he is going to have a... Dark Cultist? No. Okay. If he plays a 3-2, I'll play the Harvest Golem. If he doesn't... and that means if he plays a 2-3... or if he plays basically anything else, I'll play the Dancing Swords. Would I play the Dancing Swords against a 2-3? I mean, the Harvest Golem does kill a 3-2 and not a 2-3, but the Dancing Swords... the Dancing Swords doesn't do well. Sorry. Okay, I guess I just coin the Harvest Golem next turn. Good work. Means he can't play a Dark Cultist this turn. Huh. Do I have 1 damage for that, or should I just Shadow Bolt with this? I'm fine with doing that, to be honest. I've got Spellbreaker next turn, would that be correct? But it can't be Spellbreaker. I mean, it can't be a waste of Snapjaw.
The damned stand ready.
Man, I got all this zoom and I can't do shit about it. Right. It's gonna be that. And the reason it's that is because this single-handedly cannot kill the Spellbreaker. But I'd also not like to see the Dark Cultist buff anything. If possible. Yeah. It forces a trade. No light spawn. No card. Just don't play a card. Cards are overrated. Fucking hell. He clearly doesn't agree with me on that front. Shadow Word Death basically seals my fate. But at this rate, I can't kill the Unstable Ghoul. So I might as well go big or go home. And if you're gonna go big, why not go big with the Bolt of Soga? Definitely go big. I think he's considering whether to sacrifice the Unstable Ghoul and then the dark... No, okay, so he's not. So now that can kill that. Would you sack that first?
For the crusade!
No. Jungle Panther is too bad against Holy Nova because he'd run the Dark Cultist in and then Holy Nova for basically the world's best value. Okay. This is basically going to be the last turn one way or the other. We're probably going to decide the match this turn. Which also means he's probably going to win, because he's in a better position. Oh, straight trade, thank you. That means you're very unlikely to kill that this turn, which means I can play around... it means you're very unlikely to kill your own Dark Cultist this turn to pop a Divine Shield. So then I can play around the Death Rattle. Ooh, we might be back in this. That's fine. Heal it. Doesn't do anything. That does. Fuck. Do I have any board clear at all? Other than my, Okay.
For the crusade! Join or die.
I don't like this video game anymore. It's too difficult. Oh, I spent the other day, like, playing fucking Pandemic, the board game, like, all day. And this is too difficult. For anyone not aware, Pandemic is, cruel and unjust. And fucking hard. Oh. I want this to die this turn so that the raid leader gets out an extra damage. Maybe that's giving me the maybe that gives me the versatility to win. I don't know. I really think this is a foregone conclusion of Lost. Body, yeah. At the start of your turn. Excellent. So, good. I want him to have played a Zombie Chow or something, so... Oh, man. So I don't want to attack that first, so... I can attack... Dread Infernal, and then that means that the Lightwell gets the buff.
Join or
I mean,
die.
I also lose my 3-1.
Join or
What's my other
die.
option? I mean, I could raid leader and get through and then kill that or that. This is still better in my mind, at least.
Join or die.
And there's no reason to damage that. Because it has 2 targets to choose from, and if it heals the face... You know, it heals back to full health, but if it heals itself, it heals back to full health, no matter which target I attack. But I would obviously like his face to have less health if I could. If I could, please. Thank you, sir. I might be in this with a chance.
I must consider.
That DI draw was huge. I was considering whether or not turn 9 Sense Demons would have been appropriate so that I could draw the DI and use it in the same turn. I definitely want to kill that Lightwell, though, because Sneaky shit can happen, and I've had it happen before. Plus, it's just a constant source of healing his face, and I'd like if his face was very much unhealed.
Your magic shall not save you.
Bring out your dead.
Okay.
Handle it!
I want to do that, but I also want to stay mana efficient. If I give him a card, though, I'll likely lose. What if I sense demons instead? Okay. That can't be 3 damage, can it? It's not going to be Mind Blast. Do you have Mind Blast? It's not going to be... Is that Mind Blast? Did you put a fucking Mind Blast in your deck? You sneaky bitch. How dare you? My goddamn presence as well.
Consider.
I'm gonna say no. Not a Mind Blast. Deathwing? Hilarious.
Let me change your mind.
Ah. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that we are fucked. God damn it! That's like the best draw that he had. Can I fix this? No, I need to tap for a card. Excellent. Well played. There's nothing I could have done that would have stopped me from taking at the very least 1 damage next turn. Fucking hell. The luck on that draw. I mean, it could have been it or, you know, MC Tech. But MC Tech would have had to get lucky. Although MC Tech 50% of the time would have gotten something very useful. Regardless, let's open the pack. What's the name of that? I mean, it's basically... It's a Warlock Zoo deck, right? But it didn't work out right. So I've already used the names Petting Zoo and... Oh, that's pretty bad. I've already used the names Petting Zoo and War is Hell for different ones. What about... Well, it was really high on 3-drops. Can I work that, right? Really high on 3-drops. I'm gonna call it the magic number, because 3 is the magic number, right? My name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Hearthstone Arena, that's been a Warlock Zoo deck, requested by Mr. Schrumpet, and it went really well, or it went far above expectation at the very least, by achieving 1-3 rather than 0-3. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself. If you have, there's playlists down in the description below for you to check out of Hearthstone stuff. If you're into that kind of thing, please click like on the video if you did enjoy it. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself, and we'll see you next time.